Hi everyone, this is Lucas from People Can Code, and in this video I'm going to show you how to customize Bootstrap using the source code for absolute beginners. Alright, so what we got to start with is to make sure that we have the proper tools installed. If you don't have Ruby installed yet, there is a chance that you might not have a Homebrew installed. It's a package manager for Mac. Okay, so this tutorial is about Mac. You might want to poke around a little bit to prepare your machine if you're on Linux. If you're on Windows, I don't know. So basically, let's just go to the Homebrew page. Okay, so brew.sh, and on the bottom there is a line that you just need to copy into your terminal, and that will install Homebrew for you. There might be some instructions at the end after you install it, like you need to create some path. Just read carefully what message you get after installation and follow instructions. So I have Brew installed already, and the next step is to make sure that you have Node.js. Okay, or npm, and we should, because we're gonna use npm to download some special compiler that Twitter provides to compile their Bootstrap. So let me just have a sneak peek, because I've saved all the commands that we need. Oh yeah, so we need to install npm with Homebrew. So just run this code in your command line after you install Brew. Brew install npm. So npm stands for Node Package Manager. It's pretty cool. Node, that is. So just go ahead and install that. After you're done, we're gonna use npm to install our compiler. So the compiler is called Recess, and you can find it at github.com/twitter/recess, and and it's basically a little program that we're gonna use to change the source code of Bootstrap into CSS. So go ahead and write this command: npm install recess-g. Okay, sweet. Okay, just and after this is done, it may take a second. Go ahead and visit the Bootstrap page and download source. Okay, we're gonna download source from here. It's gonna take a second. Okay, it's in here. Let me just take that. Okay, so there is a lot of stuff here. Okay, what we're interested is in this folder called less. Okay, so let me just copy this. Okay, and I will go back to our original folder where we develop our code, and I'll just paste it here. So what less is it's a smart version of CSS. We can basically use a lot more cool features like variables, mixins, etc. And Bootstrap is written in this language. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna open some of the files in our editor. So bear with me. Okay, I'll go up and I'll just drag over my Sublime, and here this is the whole folder of less. And we are interested in particularly in this file here, variables. So you see, when you open variables, you will see that here there is all configuration, most of the configuration for our Bootstrap. We can set colors here, for example, primary brand. So this is this color is, for example, the color of the button. Okay, if you go back to the Bootstrap page, and we're gonna look at some of the elements of Bootstrap, like buttons, you'll notice that they have different colors. Okay, so primary, success, info, warning, and danger. So here we can customize their colors. Okay, and they're gonna be used they're gonna be used consistently across the whole application, because many things use the colors, the buttons, but not only buttons, also labels, alert messages, etc. So instead of fighting against Bootstrap, just change them here. For example, I can do it right now. Let's pick some nice color, maybe. Whoa, just change primary color to red. Okay, you can use some more sophisticated colors, but I'm just gonna show you that we can do it here. And let's change the body background to the gray color. Okay, so once we decide on all the variables, and there is plenty of them, like how rounded should be corners. I'm sorry. Well, after we're done, we can compile it into the file that we're gonna use. For that, we're gonna use this recess thing. So let's go ahead to our command line and make sure that we can go to the folder where our project is. It's gonna be easier this way. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you this nice trick. I'm gonna just drag and drop my folder onto terminal, just like that, and you see that we are right now in the right folder called less. And now we can run the command to compile this row source code into the file that we're going to use. And for this, I have this little snippet of code. Let me hang on a second. Right here. Let me just copy this over and paste it here. So recess. Okay, so in the current folder, we're going to go to Bootstrap, less file. We're going to compress that into. I put those 2 dots because I want to go one level higher, and maybe I'll just put it CSS. I'm gonna put okay. Maybe a second. Okay, I'm gonna put CSS because I want to put it in this CSS folder right in here. Okay, and when we're ready, oh, 1 second, CSS slash. Okay, so by mistake I have too many S's, so let me do it again, and you will see that here I'll have this file with SSS extension. Let me delete that. So now we have our custom Bootstrap file, okay, and it's right here. So we want to include that in our HTML just like we did before with normal Bootstrap, but this time we're going to replace normal Bootstrap with our custom Bootstrap. Okay, so go back to our index page where in the head we're going to declare this Bootstrap. So, and the new name of our Bootstrap custom, this is the new name of our file. So let me go ahead and just replace that. I save it. And I can now open this file in the browser, okay, and we should have a default brand color set to red. Also the gray, I mean the brand color you can't see it because we don't have any elements that use it, but as you can see the background is already gray. This is the gray set we set with CCC, okay, with hexadecimal numbers. So let me go ahead and add some alert or button. I think I can very quickly do button. Okay, just give it class btn primary and give it some content. Okay, and if I refresh that, you see it's red. Okay, we just customized Bootstrap. We have not written a single line of our custom CSS. We just went and changed the variables, which is extremely easy, extremely powerful. Also, I can very easily change those default roundings on corners of buttons, input fields, and everything. They will be very consistent across our whole application. So let me go ahead and do that. So this is where I have my variables opened, and let me just find where they set the rounding for corners. Okay, these are different shades of gray. Okay, you will see there is a lot of settings for fonts, tables, buttons, drop downs. border radius. Okay, awesome. This is what we're looking for. So this is base, this is for large, and this is for small. So let's change everything to 20 so we actually can see very clearly the result. And again, here you can customize everything depending, for the responsive design. Is extremely powerful and extremely easy to use, as you can see. And let's go and compile it again. Okay, so this is the source file, and this is the output. This is where we're gonna put the output file. Okay, let's run that. And it's ready. So we can ready, because we don't need to change anything in HTML. We can now just refresh, and you can see that things change. So the menu changed and the button changed. Now they have 20 points radius on corners. Okay, thank you very much. That's it for this episode, and enjoy customizing Bootstrap.